My name's Rich McCor, and I'm also known as Paperboyo. I'm a paper creative and photographer. The paper craft passion was the first thing. I was always fascinated by just the variety of things you could make. There was something that made me feel like, oh, I could do that. I knew I was onto something when I first held up a black paper cutout of a wristwatch in front of Big Ben. When I looked at the photo in the back of the camera screen and I saw the result, I felt like I'd got something here, and it was something I hadn't seen anyone else do in this way. I had this feeling where I just wanted to devote 100% attention to doing this, to really pursue it. I think the emotional roller coaster of the whole process is maybe quite addictive, and one of the reasons why I really enjoy what I do. You start with the anxiety, as every artist creative does, of not knowing what your idea is going to be, and you go through just all of these little sparks of ideas, and then there are little ideas that you get excited about and you think, oh, this could really work, and then in my case I draw them on my Surface Book and you're actually like, oh wow, actually that does work. And that's really exciting when you surprise yourself. And then there's the craft side of actually taking that idea, putting it on paper, in my case literally creating the paper cutout, go to the location, sort of scout the best position, wait for the light to be in the right place, just so that everything's right, and think about how I'm going to edit it a little bit in post-production, make sure I've got all the assets that I need there. And then the final stage is coming back home, sitting down with the Surface Book and editing it all together. I very rarely get ideas on the spot, but I do feel like I've got an intuition for if I see something, I know whether or not I'll be able to come up with an idea for it. So there's a lot of time just looking for images. So I collect as many of those as I can. I then basically put them into software like Photoshop and then doodle over the top of them. Not neat, nothing tidy, just playing around. Once I've got a few that I like, I'll cut them out of paper, I'll create them, design them, tidy them up, do them properly, and then put them in a notepad, pack them in my camera bag, and then I'll head off into town and I'll shoot the photos. So I've got a Surface Book 3, which is what I travel around with, and that's also in my camera bag most of the time, and I've got the Surface Pen that goes with that. The reason I went for the Surface Book is because when I was traveling, there was a lot of times when I wanted to edit or, again, do my doodling, messing around with ideas on an aeroplane. Sitting in economy seats, you don't get that much space, so the nice thing about the Surface Book is that you can turn it into a tablet. If I have an idea, I want to be able to express that idea and not have to worry about, have I got the right software, have I got the right hardware to do it. I just want all of my tools to be an extension of my creativity, and the Surface Book and the Surface Pen especially is just perfect for that. I think there's always this desire to evolve and want to keep doing something different and fresh, and the aim is to make people see things differently. That's kind of my tagline. If that's to surprise them, if that's to make them laugh at something, if that's to get them to question things, if that's to get them to look at a photo and turn their phone upside down to figure out what angle I took it from and all that. I love all of that. I think it's just anything along the lines of appreciating that there is a different way to see things.